Today, let's talk about how I created this effect. Hey. Do you want to see something cool? Has anybody ever said no to that question? Yeah, obviously. I'd love to see something cool. Check this out. Ugh. Okay. What's wrong with you? Who does that? Now this visual effect was created using Photoshop and After Effects. Let's roll into the intro and then dive right into this thing.
Okay, lights, camera, and action.
What is up guys, Sean here, and today we have some visual effects stuff. But first, if you're new to this channel, then thanks for stopping by. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe so you can get more videos like this one. And if you're returning because you're already subscribed, well then, what's up? Hey, how you doing? So this visual effect was really created by Film Riot. I tried to recreate it on my own and I thought it was good enough for me to create my own tutorial on how I achieved it. I use very similar techniques as Film Riot, but here's how I did it. Now to create this effect, I placed 2 tracking markers on my forehead, which I'll remove later. If you're gonna try to recreate this, you'll need to be somewhat still and avoid doing any crazy fast motions. That will keep the situation much less complicated in the edit. Also, I'm not gonna do a deep dive into how I edited this in Photoshop and After Effects, but I will be showing you how I created this using both those programs. Okay, so once my shot is filmed and in the can, let's dive into the edit. Now then, I already have my video imported into Adobe Premiere and added it onto my timeline. Once I confirm that the playhead is at the beginning of my clip, I'm gonna go ahead and click the export frame icon. And because organization is key, I make sure to save the frame I'm exporting into a spot I'm gonna remember. Next, I will go into the folder I exported the frame or image into and open it up with Photoshop. The first thing I do is duplicate my layer to be sure that I keep one clean version of my image and name it accordingly. I'm gonna get rid of my tracking markers first by selecting the lasso tool and clicking around the markers. Then I right click and click Content Aware Fill, and just like that, the markers are gone. I'll repeat the process with the next marker. The next thing I'll do is I'll head on over to Filter, Liquify, and here you'll wanna play with these settings and modify the way your eyes, mouth, nose, or pretty much anything you wanna modify looks. Once I'm happy with the way that looks, I'll go to the filter option once again and hit liquify to apply the same effect twice to really enhance the weirdness. Now I'm gonna work on the eyes. I select the clone tool and fill in my eyes so that they're completely blacked out. Also, I'll use the liquify tool to change how my nose looks. And I also want to remove my eyebrows. To do that, I'm going to use the same method that I used to remove the tracking markers, which is the Content Aware Fill method. Now it's time to grab some assets from my folder. I have the zombie skin that I'll throw on my forehead and cheeks. Once I position it properly, I'll change the layer settings to overlay. Now I'll erase all the places that I don't want the skin to be. And I'll adjust the color of the skin so that it somewhat matches mine. I do this by going to Image, Adjustments, and Hue Saturation. And I'll do the best to match my complexion. Then I'll duplicate that layer and throw the skin anywhere else I want it to be, in this case, my cheeks. And again, erase the areas I don't want the zombie skin to appear. Also, grab my eyes asset, position them accordingly, and change their opacity to divide. Once I'm happy with the look, I'll save the image and move back to Adobe Premiere. In Adobe Premiere, I'll right-click that video file on my timeline and go to Replace with After Effects Composition. And 10 years later, After Effects will open with my video on the timeline. I'll head on over to the top and click Layer, New, and Null Object. This is going to be the place where we store all the tracking data. Now it's time to trace the markers that I placed on my head. On the right side of After Effects, I'll click the tracker pane and I'll want to track the position, rotation, and scale. I'll move the tracking points to the markers I have on my forehead. I want to make sure the playhead is at the start of my timeline, and then I'll click the Track Forward button. Once that's complete, I'll apply and go grab my edited image from the folder that I left it in. Dropping it onto my timeline, I'll use the Pick Whip tool to pin its properties to the null object I created with the tracking data. Finally, I'll mask around the area that I edited. That way, anything moving in the background will still remain visible. Now guys, back in Adobe Premiere, you'll see that all the changes that I made in After Effects will take effect here and give me a shot that looks like this. And that is it for this tutorial. I hope you guys found it helpful. Is there any specific visual effect shots you want to see created? Drop a comment below and let me know. If you know somebody that could benefit from seeing this, then share it with them. All right guys, I will see you in the next one. Peace.